Hello everybody, namaste. We're gonna work on playing with some drone. Why do this? First of all, when you're playing on chords have a lot of information in them. You got roots, you got fifths, you got thirds, and the more information you pack into the chord, the less matched it is with most modes. Now, if you just take a drone that has just the root and maybe a fifth, then you're pretty much in the clear to switch modes in the middle. It's sort of like one chord that fits all modes. The purpose of this is to actually start thinking about the patterns of intervals that make up modes. So currently you're just hearing an E drone, right? I think there might be a B there somewhere, the fifth, but it's mostly just these E's in many octaves. Yeah, there's some B's floating around, so that's going to clash a little bit with some of our modes, but for the most part it's going to be pretty cool. Now, this is sort of the only kind of harmonic background you can have where you can switch between, let's say, a major sound and a minor sound, because it doesn't have that information in it. So if I want to go from, let's say, an E Lydian sound to an E melodic minor sound, in the same breath, it's not going to clash. So what does practicing with a drone give me? Well, if the goal is to play over changes, you can think about changes as a series of drones, right? Like maybe a song like All of Me, I know some of you know it, some of you don't, will have, like, let's say, a C drone where you play C Ionian on, moving to an E drone where you're playing E Mixolydian flat 2 flat 6, A, we play A Mixolydian flat 2 flat 6, whatever. There's a progression, there are many modes starting from many starting points, and thinking modally is sort of treating each chord in a series of chord changes in this fashion. It's very different than how old jazz players used to think, but it's really how players like Alan Holdsworth, Scott Henderson, all the fusion guys tend to think about changes, especially people that play over non-functional harmony, Wayne Shorter songs, things like that. The way you actually think about a drone like this is an E drone, and I'm gonna think about E being one, right? I'm gonna start on just the high E open string, so that's my root. Now, I wanna be able to map on a single string the entire mode, so let's just go through E major, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, right? And I can use that template as a, kind of a framework for improvisation. Right? Just improvising using those notes. Now I'm gonna move through the major scales, keeping them all on the high E string. So here's Dorian, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root. That is cool. All right, then we're gonna do Phrygian, right? 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, root. Lydian, 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, root. Mixolydian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, root. We're going to do natural minor, Aeolian, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, root. We're going to do Locrian, 1, flat 2, flat 3, natural 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, root. So I'm thinking about an E minor 7 flat 5. So now there are other modes from other scales. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but the idea is to develop this ability to see the neck this way and to see everything intervallically. It's going to be more challenging once you move to different strings and you don't have this clear starting point of root is the open string, but that pattern will transfer, right? So if I have, let's say, Dorian, E Dorian starting here, right? If I'm finding my root right there, that pattern obviously is moving, right? If I find my root on the G string, finding my root here. So it's an alternative way of really seeing the guitar as 6 pianos, right? And the cool thing about the drone is that you don't have to have, let's say, a separate backing track for each one you practice. You can kind of go from one to the other using that same starting point. Plus, it's really cool to just spend some time, you know, pretending that you're Ravi Shankar or something and do all these kind of cool. Cool. Please subscribe. Yeah, you gotta subscribe.